The unrelenting pace of Islamist terrorist attacks. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Did you hear about the latest terrorist attack? If you're paying attention, the correct response is to ask, which one? There's so many, and lately, that's just in Western countries. But what if I told you that in the last 30 days, as I write this, there have been 160 attacks carried out by Islamic radicals or in the name of Islam, and that those attacks saw almost 1,600 people killed, 2,400 people injured? Would you be shocked? Because that's the claim made by the website thereligionofpeace.com, which tracks terrorist attacks around the world rather than just in Western countries. And so while we can all point to the terrorist attack in Nice on July 14th that saw 84 people killed when Mohamed Boulel drove a truck through a crowded pedestrian area, how many can point to the 13 people killed by al-Shabaab suicide bombers on July 26th? Those two suicide bombings didn't get much media attention here in the West, but they happened. Attacks carried out by people that want to establish their strict vision of Islamic rule on everyone around them. Those attacks happened the same day as Catholic priest Father Jacques Hamel was killed while saying Mass. While performing the sacred rites of the Mass, Father Hamel had his throat slit by two young jihadis in Normandy, in northern France. Father Hamel was an 85-year-old man forced to his knees before he was executed. Nuns were taken hostage in the attack, which ended with the jihadis dead, but not before they violated the sanctuary of the altar, not only with their callous murder of a defenseless priest, a defenseless old man, but by reportedly giving their jihadi sermon at the altar, alternating between French and Arabic, spewing their hatred. They were shot by police, and that's what ended the whole ordeal. That attack, it got more coverage than what Somalia got, but still not as much. It was relegated behind other stories of the day, like Hillary Clinton officially securing the Democratic Party nomination. Maybe we're getting used to terrorist attacks in France, and we don't get as upset about them. I mean, look at this map of attacks in that country alone put out by Fox News. We know the attacks from November 13th, 2015. That was the massacre at Bataclan nightclub. We know the attack of July 14th. That was in Nice. But do you know the others? More shockingly, do you know about all of these other terrorist attacks around the world? The day before Father Hamel was killed and 13 people were killed in Mogadishu with those suicide bombers, did you hear about the 17 killed and more than 40 injured in suicide bombings in Khalis, Iraq? That was on July 25th. The day before that, July 24th, there were 21 people killed in Baghdad. On that same day, a Syrian migrant, a failed refugee claimant, blew himself up outside a bar in Germany after being turned away from a music festival. We heard a bit about that, but not that much. Only a little bit more than the Baghdad bombing. What about July 23rd, where there were several terrorist attacks, but the biggest happened in Kabul, Afghanistan. 3 suicide bombers killing 81 people. Why? Because the people killed were Shiite or Shia Muslims, and the people that claimed responsibility, ISIS. They're Sunnis, they're Salafists, they hate the Shias. I haven't even gotten past last weekend, and we're into hundreds of people killed in terrorist attacks carried out by Islamists intent on spreading their vision, their goals, their religion around the world. Not by the sword this time, but by the bomb and the gun. The word Islam means submit, and that is the intent of those carrying out these attacks, to one way or another get you to submit to their views. Doesn't matter to them whether you're a Christian, a Jew, a Buddhist, a Muslim that might just believe something a little different from them. Their goal is to get you to submit. After the killing of Father Hamel, French President François Hollande said that France was at war with this strain of Islam. I'd like to believe him, I really would, but despite the onslaught of attacks in Western countries, be it France or Germany especially lately, never mind the attacks in other countries, I'm not sure people in the West are ready to wake up. What I am sure of is that the Islamists, be they ISIS or al-Shabaab or al-Qaeda, they are at war with us. They have declared it, they are waging it, they have no plans of stopping it. So we better wake up. We better get serious.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.